So, is it acceptable to put your friends' wants or needs before your spouse's? Bruiser, let's start with you because you're married. I'm sure you have friends. Like, what do you think of that particular situation? I wish we had the IG like post or whatever it was to pull up. But yeah, he was going on a vacation with his friend. They flew first class and they were like, I guess he was like, well, if you want to go, you're going to fly in coach. And the wife was upset and the friend called her entitled and was like, this is why we didn't even want you to come in the first place. Something like that.
Yeah, I actually saw that. Somebody sent me a post a couple of days ago about that, and I think he was using it whenever she confronted him. Um, he was using the fact that she didn't have a job, and you know, what I'm saying she should shut up. I guess you're not working
Because
anyways. You're
she's a
saying,
stay-at-home mom.
yeah.
He made her a stay-at-home mom.
And the reason why the person who sent me that is because I advocate for men taking care, the brunt of the finances to allow the woman to take home and take care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of was a shot at me to say, I told you so, see what happened. But I'm like, yeah, well, if he's gonna be like that, then I would go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just go to work. And if he say, oh, I want you home, well, you can't be throwing up in my face that I can't work to justify your talking points around buying your friend a first class ticket and putting me in economy. So, like, short answer, no. I don't advocate for putting your friends before your spouse wants and needs.
Same. I
Yeah,
thought it
man.
was just absolutely ridiculous. Like going on a vacation, me, you, and your friend. One, where's your friend's partner? Two, I don't understand ever wanting, just from a protective standpoint as a man, ever wanting to be traveling apart from your wife. Because it's totally different when you fly first class and fly coach. And first class, especially if you get if you have if you're an American Express member, you get the lounge services. So you get food, like you go to a whole other area of the airport. You get food, drinks, all these different things. You get to get on first. You sit in a whole different part of the plane. I just don't understand why he would want that if this is his wife. And then two, like if this was some kind of important sporting event for him and his friend that she was coming with, then why wouldn't y'all all be flying first class and like her bring her friend or something like that? Like none of this story makes sense. So when I saw this, it was like, oh yeah, did somebody show this? Right? It was given that, right? It was giving that, okay? So weird. It was just the weirdest thing I ever seen on social media.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Bruiser, have you ever been on a vacation with like just one friend? Like one male friend?
Like you, your wife, and one male friend.
No, not even your wife, just one male friend.
Just you and a male friend.
While
Is that what
I
you're
married,
mean,
saying?
I I just never and there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. That's not what I'm alluding to at all. But I've just never even heard of like a man being like, you know what? Me and this one friend are going somewhere and the wife is staying at home and they're not bringing their part. Like, I don't know. Where were they going to see a game?
I get that if
well,
they're
I,
going to see a game. If they're going to see a game, I get that. Like not all
Yeah,
the sporting
it's
events I
valid.
want to go to.
It's
You
yeah,
valid.
know,
but
but
It's valid for sure. I was just wondering if like Bruiser's ever done that because I've never heard. And of course, I'm not privy to men's conversations because I'm not a man. Um, so
I've
like,
been
I'm
I've been
wondering.
on a I've been on a I've been to an occasion. I've been to like a basketball game or something like that. But as far as flying overseas, no, oh no. And I'm married too, like going to like Cancun or Puerto Rico or Rio or something like that. Oh no, that ain't that's not going down in my marriage. I mean, for certain
wow.
reasons, man. I don't want to get into that. I mean, I can get into it, but I don't want to deviate from the topic. But yeah, like if I'm going to go see a game with my homies like out of town or something, like we in DC, we go watch the Wizards play. I mean, she would be okay with me just going with her. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like Vegas or it's like freaking Jamaica or Dominican Republic or something like that, come on, man. First of all, it ain't gonna be just me and him. It'll probably be me, him, and like 3 other guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've heard of that before, like bigger groups of friends, going places.
yeah,
I still don't see
yeah.
the problem with just you and your friend, because I just me and one of my girlfriends, we do things. So I have no issue
It's
with
really
my
No,
man.
there's
Just
no
him,
there's no
like they,
problem.
yeah. I just think it's weird to want to go on a trip with your wife and your friend, and then to sit with your friend and have your wife sit in the economy. I just think it's
that rarely. I think that's the
ridiculous.
reason why that was got so much publicity, because it doesn't really happen like that.
Right? It's just crazy.
So yeah, so no, but as far as going on to see, yeah, it's okay, but I mean, it's really hard to find a group of guys that's got the same mentality as far as how do you act whenever you're under pressure or you tempted. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys I hang around with, I guess you can say they for the streets. So I mean, I don't hang around them. The guys I grew up and I know that's my friends
Your friends, like yeah.
are single, and if they going overseas with a bunch of dudes to like Germany or something like that, come on, man, we're gonna drink, we're gonna party, and we ain't gonna be in each other's faces all day. Our eyes are gonna be peeled out. So, and I know that. So I'm like,
So you're just trying to avoid any possible situations that could become complicated.
well,
Yeah,
if
but I
it's
feel like
alcohol involved, man, it's like the chances of making a mistake or getting caught up increases. Not saying that I'm just gonna do it blatantly, but I'm saying I won't have the capacity to make sound judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because my judgment is impaired. And if any man tell you anything different, then he probably is not going to be drinking alcohol or anything like that, or smoking marijuana or anything like that. Because once you start doing those things and you out with a bunch of friends and you in Puerto Rico or in Cancun or somewhere or on a vacation with a bunch of guys, you don't want to be around a sausage fest the entire time, especially when you under influence. You're going to want to see what the ladies looking like. And then there you go. Now it's all about restraint. Well, I think y'all call it dick discipline, right?
yes, it's about dick discipline. I feel like a man should be able to go out with his friends, hang out, even take trips, and have the discipline to control himself, just as I am able to do the same. And I feel like that should just be a given in a relationship or a marriage, just like not even a conversation.
I don't even know but see, honestly, I don't even know if I would want to, like, if I'm going to go to Dominican Republic with 5 of my buddies and we're going to go party and drink and I can't get no pussy while I'm going, I don't even want to go.
Yeah, but what instance is that all trips are just about that? You know what I mean? I can think of me and a bunch of friends that we took a trip for a friend's engagement party. We took a trip for someone's christening. I think we all came together for somebody's graduation. So like every time you go to do an event, there's always going to be, well, I don't know. There's very few things that I've gone to and there hasn't been some type of party that we end up going to or something that we end up doing where like as adults, alcohol can be involved in literally anything. So, I don't know. I feel like for all the things that you will go do, even at a family reunion, I mean, for all the things that you would go do, there'd be some kind of like entertainment aspect to it. So I think it's more on the onus of yourself to just be like, I can manage myself no matter what setting I'm in. And if I do feel like it's coming to a place where I can't, then I'm like, all right, y'all, have a good night, and I'll go to my room or whatever. So that's just my perspective, but.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if I'm out with like a bunch of, or I know guys in my network, photographers or something, and we go like to Italy or Rome to capture history and its arts or something like that, that's different. But if I'm going with a group of my fellas, guys I known back in the military, we still connected and stuff, we're not going over there for that. We're not going to go see a FIBA match or nothing like that. We're going to go like, I don't know. We're just going to go party. And if you're spending $2,500 on a trip for a ticket, you know what I'm saying? Just to go what do you say? Go see somebody get christened? Guys, I don't think guys do that. Guys and girls travel for different interests.
Really? So you don't think men travel to actually see the world and experience other cultures and do new things? Or do
That's
men
exactly
only travel like to party?
that is part of partying. Traveling to see the world and see different cultures.
Because all people I know want to see the world. Like, obviously it looks one way from the internet, but most I don't know a whole lot of people that are like, no, I just want to stay in this house for 50 years and do my same routine and sometimes go to Six Flags. Like, you know what I mean? Like, most people I know want to see the world, and that's traveling. I mean, most people haven't even seen this damn country, let alone the world. A lot of people don't even have passports. So let's just talk about regular trip to go to like Niagara Falls, something that people do because that is a wonder of America. There's so many wonders of America that you can travel and go see right here in your own country, whether it's the Grand Canyon, like I said, Niagara Falls, Mall of America. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Like, do you have to always do them with your spouse?
Well, see, something like that I would like to do with my spouse, like travel.
Well, of course, but I mean, do you have to always?
What do you mean have to always? Like,
do you have to always? Like, I remember a few years ago, my friend had got engaged and I went to her engagement party. My spouse, you know, it was kind of up in the air if he wanted to come or not. You know, it wasn't like a big deal. He ended up not coming. It was kind of a girly thing. So, you know what I mean? Do I need my spouse to go to my friend's baby shower if it's in, where is that? Maryland, and I live in Florida? You know what I mean? Like, does she have to come with you to every single thing, or do you have to come with me to every single thing?
No, I think it all depends on what it is. If we got mutual friends, or if I got a friend, or she got a friend that's got a baby shower or a wedding or something, yeah, we're gonna go together.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to go to that by myself. You know, it just seemed weird. I show up to a wedding. Where's your wife? Like,
yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I would go to it. If I'm married, go to someone else's wedding without my. Well, what if your spouse just couldn't go? Would you not go? Like, what if it was one of your best friends from college?
Oh, yeah.
That was the same weekend as your wife's mom's birthday. And so she goes to her mom's and you go to your friends. Like, would you feel some kind of way of being at the wedding without her there?
No, I would. I mean, if I'm in the wedding, if I'm a groom or something like that, then yeah, I'll go. But if I'm not a groom, nah, I'm good. We'll send a gift if we can't show up together.
Okay, cool.
So it all depends on the circumstances. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kayla, do you remember that show we did a long time ago? It was many months ago. And we had a guest and she talked about how much she solo traveled.
Yeah, she did.
So like, I don't know, I kind of think of it the same way as that. Not necessarily, I mean, of course, like one instance is solo and one is with friends, but I think that that's something that like you really have to discuss with your partner and see what, you know, conclusion you can come to. Like Bruiser was saying, like certain things I wouldn't even want to do without my husband. Like going to see some amazing like wonder of the world, I would want to do that with him. But like you said, if it's a baby shower or something and I'm like, hey, you want to go? And he's like, no, I'm cool on that. Then I would, you know, no issue. So I guess it just really depends on what you and your partner decide and what you both think about it.
It's based on interest too. Like I wouldn't want to go paintballing with my wife. I mean, that would suck.
I would love that.
I would rather go with the guys.
Well, of course.
Right. Interest, yeah, Bruiser, that's true. Interest is definitely important.
But isn't travel an interest? Because like when I travel, I like go to the museums and like I know like y'all be going and just laying on the beach and going to eat, but I like to go like do the tours and get some information about every single place I've gone, I do something like attractional. Like when I went to Sweden, we did the tour. I got to learn about dynamite and all these different things. Like same thing, Belize. Like we went to see the historic, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody does things differently, but like when people say that they like to travel, people like to go different places and eat different food, drink different drinks. And then some of us like to go and see the world and like get it, like learn information about different things. So I think that perspective can also change like how you travel with your spouse. If they know that you're the type of person when you travel, you go to turn up and you go to, get lit, and that is your idea of travel and fun, then I probably would like be like, okay, we got to travel together, But like if I know that you're really like, you think of travel differently, then it's just kind of like, yeah, go experience. If I'm not available to go every single time, what if our kid has a soccer game? I don't know, something like, I can't go with you every time. So I would just have to trust my man to be able to conduct himself when he goes on the golf retreat. I don't know, whatever. Because people
So it's
do
a
that,
matter
right?
of trust.
Trust. It's a matter of trust. It's a matter of trust. So we got some super chats in the building. I see we have hold on. Oop, my bad. We got Kelly said maybe they were secret lovers. Low key, it was given secret lover. I don't
you
know.
talking about the guys? Ooh.
I mean,
I didn't think of it like that, but that's makes you
I don't
wonder.
think of it like I didn't think of it like that either. I just thought, I don't know. Maybe they just, I don't know. But that's why I asked you, Bruiser, like as a man, have you ever gone on just a trip with one other male friend? I've heard of men going out, bachelor party type of thing, maybe some kind of fishing or golfing situation or whatever kind of situation, doing something that they like together. But like going on a whole vacation with one other friend, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I've never personally heard of any man doing that. So that's why I was just asking, like, for more insight from you, Bruiser, like what you think about that. Or if you've ever done that, but I don't think you.
I've gone on trips. You know what I'm saying?
With one person?
Yeah, I had a friend. Well, I still have a friend. He's still my friend. His name's Breezy. I don't know if he's been on here before, but we used to go everywhere together. And are we talking about while I'm in a relationship or while I'm single? Or
While
it doesn't
you're in
matter?
a relationship.
Well, see, that changes things. When you're in a relationship, depending on who you see, your spouse or your significant other don't know your friend like you know. So my friends, I have friends that's gonna be loyal to me, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If I go out and get some cheeks, they ain't gonna say nothing. So I gotta be careful with who I go out with and where I go. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
It's certain places. It's certain places I'm not gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to mess up what I invested in. You get what I'm saying? Or take any risk. So like, if we go into a game, yeah, that's cool. But if we talking about, okay, let's go get a section at Rose Bar, I'm like,
oh, I love some Rose Bar. You live in DC?
I just moved from DC. I moved to Atlanta.
That's right. Oh, I love Rose Bar though.
I hate it because
it'd be
just too crowded.
It'd be lit up in Rose Bar, okay?
It's just too crowded. Even when you got a section, like you still
up on people. It's tight in there.
Damn. So like, how can you enjoy that? So I'm used to the old days where it was only so many people in the club, and then you had this middle of the club where everybody decided to get drunk enough and go dance.
Right. But then everything else is kind of sectioned out.
That's how dance right where you at.
That's how Josephine's was. That was my spot.
Yeah.
It don't exist no more though.
It all depends on my situation, as far as relationship, because you got to know that women have insecurities. So even if I did go out with my friend, just knowing his history, if she know him and know his history, she would always, have this insecurity in her head. Like, damn, I wonder what they did. Are you going to tell me everything? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's lying. And then start going through your phones and your messages and shit.
Mm-mm.
Oh, why you deleted this message?
I don't know about going through the phones thing. I just feel like I can't do the going through the phones thing.
You just look like you would go through the phone. No, you know what, Kayla? You look like the type of person that won't go through the phone, but when I get a message, you get a notification that I got a message. You look like that type of person.
What?
Wow.
You said you got the forwarding on, like you're getting the.
No, I'm really
no
not
offense,
like
no
that.
offense.
I'm really, honestly, I've never gone through a guy's phone like in an unprovoked, like sneaky kind of way. I've just never done that. It was actually done to me, and that is why I never will do it, because things get taken out of context, and I just think that we should stay out of each other's phones. I think that is the best thing. I don't go looking for trouble. Like for me, I don't know. I feel like if I know, I have a good sense of, I'm very, I pay attention to a lot of different things, and I remember a lot. As a Gemini, I'm honestly, I can remember the littlest things, and I just know if you're lying. So I don't need to go through your phone, because I know you're lying. I'll let you know that I know that you're lying. And then when you see the dynamics change, if you're guilty, you're just going to start doing things. You're just going to start doing different things. That's all I'll say. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I just feel like let's not do that. Let's not go through the phones. Let's just because then if I have to go through the phone, that means you won't just tell me, because I'm just ask you directly. So if I have to go through your phone, that means you're already lying to me, because now I have to go through your phone.
Why do y'all ask with the insinuation that I'm already, like, the person is already guilty? Like, y'all shape y'all questions as if the response is, how I respond is technically admitting to offense. Like, instead of saying,
because we usually already know. We've usually done a whole lot of research that says A plus, 1 plus 2 plus 3,
okay, whatever.
And this is looking like the answer. So I'm going to ask you. I'm just going to ask you directly. I know the answer, and I think that the way that you respond, just women, just, I don't know, you can just kind of feel it when someone's like lying to you. I don't know. That's just me. When you really get to know your spouse, and you know your spouse, when you really know them, because I know a lot of people in relationships with people they don't know for the sake of being married, right? But when you really know your partner, like when you know them, I know when you're lying. You have tells. I mean, it's psychology in a way. So that's just what I think.
If your partner, Kayla, told you that their friend was feeling away, because maybe, let's say you got in a relationship and they start spending less time with their friend because they're obviously spending more time with you, and they told you that their friend feels away, and they want to start spending more time with that friend, would you think they were lying, or how would you take that? Or does it depend if you know the friend? Like,
no, I wouldn't take that any kind of way. That's the truth. And I would just say, like, I get it, because you don't have any more free time. You only got we time. So he might be feeling like he not, that happens, especially when you get to like that really mature place in the relationship. You do just stop spending that as much time with your friends. So I would understand, and I would be like, yo, I would encourage him to invite his friend places, and I would encourage him to spend time with his friend, especially if I know I'm like busy or something. I would be like, oh, go hang with so-and-so. Like, how you doing? How's things been with him? Then you say something on with his mom or something. Oh, you go check on him. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, just make sure, because I know how it is when I'm in that place these last couple of years where like everything's changing. People are getting families. People are getting married. People's priorities are changing. I have friends that I'm so close with. We haven't spoken in like 3 weeks, but when we get back on the phone, it's like we talk every day. But that's just how it has to be, because people's lives are evolving. So no, I wouldn't have a problem with his friend feeling a kind of way. Now, what did his friend say about me exactly?
He just said, I noticed that since you got with Kayla, we haven't been hanging out.
Okay, I can take that. I can deal with that. That's fine. And he's right, because your boy don't got free time no more. He only got we time. Me,
but
him, and Kayla.
that also reveals that maybe possibly this guy ain't been on his best behavior if he can't hang out with his friend. And I think if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, okay, from reading those messages, on that Instagram post about this topic, it said that they would always go out and travel.
Yeah, now that's different.
So now,
He's
since he's
married.
been with her, he's not able to travel anymore. It's kind of ironic, ain't it? You just cut off that activity like that because of what though?
Oh, you're saying like if he used to be out and about all the time and now suddenly he's not, that there might be like some underlying reason why he feels like
There's
he
some,
can't or why he needs to.
I'm sensing there may be some infidelity because now that you can go out, you've got to bring her with you. So you can go overseas, you can go watch, you can go travel, but I gotta go too. Oh,
What do you
fuck.
think
He
about
probably
the
just got mad and like, oh, since you want to go, I'm just gonna give you this bullshit ass ticket, piss you off while you want to go, so you won't ever want to go with us anymore.
so is that passive aggressive?
Passive aggressive.
Like
Explain
why
that to me. I got a dumb moment right now.
so instead of the husband, and I'm asking if you think this, I'm not saying that this is what it is, but instead of the husband just saying, look, this was a trip I had planned with my friend. Sorry, but you can't go. Maybe next time. But instead of doing that, he's like, and I'm just assuming. I have no idea what the situation was. Maybe there were no more first class tickets. I have no idea. But instead she had a ticket in a different section of the airplane. And you were just talking about like him saying, here you go, just so you can be mad while you're here since we didn't want you to go anyway. Is that passive aggressive instead of just telling her directly, like, look, you can't come this time, but maybe next time?
Yeah. So, and I actually asked you, what does passive aggressive mean? Because I had a dumb moment. He explained. I think you rephrased the whole question.
Yeah, I thought you were asking me what I was asking, but
But I
basically,
think I get what okay, go ahead.
instead of being direct about something, like you're just doing other things to kind of get your point across without having to have the confrontation.
So yeah. So in that case, yeah. So I feel like this guy is haven't grew enough balls to stand up to his woman and just set things straight. Be like, hey, be straight up with her. Like, I don't want you to go. And it's kind of hard. I think a lot of guys struggle with that because they don't want to hurt her feelings. A lot of women get caught up in their emotions. Oh, you don't want me to go with me. What do you think of me? Oh, you think I'm ugly, or you think I'm this, or I'm thinking I'm that because you don't want me to go. And you get all these questions. Some guys just, instead of having to answer all those questions, they just say, fuck it. I'll just let you come and I'll just make your life miserable. And you'll get it. You'll understand that I don't want you to be here that way. So whenever we fly, you're not going to be sitting with me. Whenever we're laughing, you're not going to be part of it.
Yeah, but does he not know his wife? Why would he have thought that was going to work? Who does he? That's what I'm saying. Do y'all know who y'all married to? Because I'm just trying to think, if I was in this situation, any man I'm married to wouldn't even try this. They wouldn't try this at all.
I don't have this issue. I'm just saying, like, I'm able to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in this situation before, but I don't have that issue. I'm just saying that those are some of the things that go through a person's mind when they're dealing with somebody who's easily emotionally triggered. You know what I'm saying? And she becomes even more insecure. So to prevent that, you got to tell a woman what she want to hear sometimes. Sometimes I actually do tell a woman.
Yeah, but then he ended up losing bad because remember, she left. She got off the plane and went back home, and he got off and went back home too. So now he done wasted how much money? Stupid. So stupid.
Yeah, that was childish. So what do you think? What do you think? He should have went back with her, or he should have just flew with his friend?
He should have told his friend to go sit in the economy.
They could have just switched.
Simple.
See, here's the thing, and I'm glad you said that, because if I'm his friend and I've been invited or I'm going out, first I'm like, hey, look, is it okay? Can you just tell her, can it be just me and you? If you have a problem articulating that to her, you know what I'm saying? Are y'all going through something to where she has to chaperone you on the trip? Just let me know straight up, brother. And then secondly, if he say, yeah, she got to come. And then I know that he's purchased me a ticket for first class and himself and his wife come. I'm like, hold on, man. Man, let's let your wife sit up here with you. I'm going to sit in the back. Right. Y'all sit up here. And whenever we get off the plane, we'll chop it up then. But see, that lets you know what type of friends you got. Friends is allowing you to make your, because you got to understand, what if that was your wife, bro? Would you do that? I guarantee you, a lot of these cats hanging around with these guys and just let them be idiots in front of their wife, they wouldn't do that to their wives. I guarantee you that brother, his wife would be right there, and your ass would be back in the economy. So if it's me, I'm going to the economy. I'm like, hey, ma'am, do you want to sit up there with your husband? She probably have an attitude. You know how women are. Well, he didn't have me here in first. No, good. It's too late now. You know how y'all get.
What?
I wouldn't do that.
Now.
I would be like, it's about time that you came back here and like what in the fuck? I actually would have never went back there. I would have been like stayed at the first class. Like,
I think most friends, I think that if a friend is a real friend that you're really close with, and they know you well, and they know your relationship, and how much it means to you and all that, I don't even think they would try to flex their friendship power over your spouse ever. Like, I don't think that friends do that. So Bruiser, I agree with you. If you were going and it was you and your guy friend and his wife, you would probably just be like, look, bro, no big deal. I'll sit back there. She could sit up here. Y'all could sit together. We're all going to the same place anyway, right? Instead of trying to prove a point, and I'm not saying like, I don't know what these people's situation was, so I'm not judging them, but I'm just saying like, I would think that people would try to avoid that situation and just say, no big deal. Sit with your person. We'll see each other when we get off the plane.
Yeah, that's why I feel like there's a deeper thing going on, because none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense at all. So there has to be something else.
I'm just reading this straight up. Like, his friends, this is from the message, said his friend sent me a text calling me entitled and said this was the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with him, and I just proved his point.
Entitled. And the fact that he texted your wife, like you text his wife and called her a name.
Yeah, that was inappropriate.
None of this is making sense. Like, now I'm leaning towards Kelly. Like, maybe they are lovers, because entitled, are you jealous of me? Do you like this man? Because I don't know what's going on here. None of that's making sense to me.
I see
me like a jealous girlfriend, right? Like a jealous side chick right now. What the heck is going on?
He don't like her, man. He don't like his wife.
It doesn't always have to be like secret lovers for people to be jealous. Like, friends can be jealous, like, of your new mate. That happens, to men and women and people of any gender. Like, they'll get jealous of the relationship you have with your new mate. So, but it's not necessarily that they want you. It's just a jealousy that some people get when they start, being the second choice instead of the first one after years or whatever.
Are you not? Maybe his friend is jealous that he has a wife and happiness and all of that, and he's still single, and he needs his friends to be able to like go and do things and have experiences. So, I mean, that is possible.
Is there any time where either of you would put your friends' wants and needs over your husband or wife?
No. Before? No.
I don't think so either.
No, man. I don't think there's ever an occasion that you can do that.
That doesn't work.
Unless you literally do not want to be married to your wife anymore or your husband anymore.
I agree.
At that point, y'all falling apart. You know what I'm saying? You don't care each other. You just stinking it in for the kids and some shit. And then, now at that point, you're going to start putting everything before to just try to run her out. You ain't got enough balls enough to get out of the relationship. Or you could have been in a relationship for 10 years or more and you don't want to leave because you don't want to pay alimony.
So just to clarify, someone in the comments saying he told her no and she still bought a ticket. She doesn't have a job, like he said. So I don't get this whole narrative, you people who keep going, oh, he told her no, he didn't want her there. If he is the one that makes the money, he is the one that pays the bills and the leader of the house, and she doesn't work and doesn't have money, there's no way that she could have come on that trip without him wanting her to come on that trip. But he obviously wanted to send a message And that's why she came on that trip in economy.
Nessa Ray Lewis said, I think the friends should get used to their new role way before the marriage. I agree.
Yeah,
like
that's what's confusing. They got kids. They clearly been together for a while. 3
Yeah,
kids.
I think it's
What
real
are you doing?
I think it's really strange when friends want to try to compete with someone's husband or wife. Like, what are you doing? And
You're
why?
gonna lose over
What-
here. That's the
what-
worst thing you can do. You're gonna lose so bad. Like, oh my goodness.
And there's just no point. Like, why? Why?
At all. It doesn't even make no sense, to be honest.
I mean, it don't make no sense, but I see it happen a lot. So I can't sit here and say that I'm shocked. I see a lot of people doing that, man. A lot of people been friends since high school, 10, 20 years, and then their friend get married and stuff, and they still think they're the most important person in their life. So they have to.
It can't happen with siblings too. Like me and my brother's my best friend, and but our lives and our careers require us to be apart, so that's a little bit different. But I can see that happening with siblings when, like, you know, y'all are in your early 20s, it's your best friend, you're close with them, and then like they get married and dynamics change. I see that happen all the time with siblings too. So, you know, like Kay said, it doesn't always have to be that type of jealousy, but jealousy can be just I want to spend time with you, and now it's limited. It doesn't always have to be anything crazy, but it doesn't mean it's not something crazy.